Yo, what's up? It's Stally. We starting something new on the channel, man. We doing interviews. So I'm coming out. I'm showcasing, different individuals, and just trying to do this interview platform type thing. Today we got a entrepreneur, a father, a son. Somebody that has ambition, that just continues to constantly work and put people on. We got my boy Abe from Suave.
Yeah.
How you doing today, my boy?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing real good, brother. Thank you.
That's good, man.
I kind of like the situation right here that you like what you came up with, and I'm like, man, that's definitely I can mess with that.
Hell yeah.
I think it's crucial. I think it's crucial to let people know about people out there that you see,
Definitely
trying to work and we all work, it's just we need to do this for each other.
Exactly. Showcase everybody,
yeah.
And not just people that we think people want to get to know, but me personally, I want to get to know the business owners, you know what I'm saying? I want to get to know the people themselves, like how did you get to where you're at right now, and ask questions like that. What type of person are you specifically, and that brings me to what type of person was Abe growing up?
Me, just a city kid, man. Just a little, born and raised. I'm from Phoenix, right here downtown. Born and raised, so it's always been a little city kid, grew up with moms, single moms. I had an older brother, so had an older brother who always, he kind of lived ahead of me. So everything he was learning, he was bringing it home, teaching me. You know what I'm saying? Like even just like speaking English type shit.
Really?
Yeah. Just,
so English wasn't your first language?
Nah, we all spoke Spanish, and then my older brother went to school, and then when he came home from school from Emerson Elementary, I remember my brother used to go. We used to pick him up. That's downtown right there, kind of Emerson, and he would be speaking English, and we all watching TV and talking to my brother who came home speaking English. When we were little kids, it was like, okay, this, because moms only spoke Spanish.
Wow.
And you're just learning, So I was just a city kid, growing up in the city, you know what I'm saying? All neighborhoods, old school neighborhoods, downtown neighborhoods, a little bit on the east side, a little bit on the west side,
Yeah, hell yeah. You said single moms. What happened to Pops?
Oh, man, and Pops, Pops probably still happening, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of situation. Pops still out there, still happening.
Still running?
Pops, man, Pops, I never really talked a lot about my Pops to people and shit, but Pops, he's a solid dude. He, same thing, single mom, grew up, they're from Juarez, El Paso. They're from a city that's like real Americanized, the border, and they're really like hood inspired. They're really like on the culture there because it's like Tex-Mex, Mexico meets the United States. So,
right.
My mom and dad, they weren't from no ranch or nothing like that. They're from the city, you know what I'm saying? They were on that city kid stuff. So they were more attached to like the Chicano, more Chicano Mexican culture, like kind of like where I feel like that term, a lot of it was started.
Right.
When in El Paso, where them dudes mixed and they were like living Mexican and then living like on the other city, where they were like khakis, after like the Zoot era, you know what I'm saying? They were chucos, you know what I'm saying? Pachucoed out. It's kind of like where they're from, Chuco town. And my dad, he's not a cowboy dad. My dad's a gangster. He's a pinto. OG all tatted down. His little thing, and they put that on us like you and your pops. We cultures, we still learning from our pops.
Right,
so
right.
They used to dress us like that when we were little. You know what I'm saying? Always wore chucks. Always about that culture. So pops came here and he made some bad decisions. You feel me? Made some bad decisions when he came to work here. He got himself into some things, just because he was already used to being a little reckless, and
right.
And my grandpa brought him over here. My grandpa Frankie, who he was a Texan. He married my grandma, so he brought them over here and had them come work, and they were like working at stores at night. I'm not gonna get into detail what they did, but one of them stores they were in, Pops and them went and hit them at night. You know what I'm saying? Just because they were on some hood shit.
Right.
So Pops went to prison after my brother was already born. Pops went to prison. And I think when Pops was born, when I was born, like the day after on the DLC website, or the same day on my birthday, I was born, Pops got 5 years.
Sheesh.
So I was reading up on that like 10, 15 years ago when I was just going through Pops' history, you know.
Right.
So I met Pops in the joint, and I met Pops in the morning. When I met Pops when I was a young man, you know, when I was a little baby, I remember my mom took me, and that's where I would meet Pops. My first visuals of Pops, you know, Perryville, when he was in Perryville prison in the early 80s.
Wow.
So yeah,
that was
man.
before it was all girl thing.
Yeah, before it was all women's and all that stuff. You know, I got pictures. My childhood pictures are in penitentiaries.
Wow.
With my Pops, you know, for many years, and that's just the path he took, homie. You know, like that's what he liked to do, and you know, out in and out, in and out. You know, so moms had to raise us.
Yeah,
you know,
God bless moms. Yeah.
Moms.
What do you think? How do you think that affected you growing up, like not having Pops there, knowing what his situation, where he was at?
Yeah.
You think about something like that? Or?
You know what, Stally? In different ages and different parts of your life, you feel different about it. You feel me? Like cuando estaba chiquillo, when I was little, I was like not rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. I'm not feeling this type of lifestyle that moms is in, and
you had like a hatred towards him.
Yeah, and then I got bro trying to do what he can do, you know, to take care of me and shit, you know. So Pops had, you know, my bro, my moms, and I kind of like, I really wasn't rocking with it. And when Pops would come home, Pops did like 28 years of my life in prison here.
Oh, wow.
You feel me? But he was always really connected, because the main person that held my family down was my grandma, Mama Nino. That's his mom. Because my mom came here to Phoenix and Eloy and Phoenix with Mama Nino and Grandpa. So when Pops was gone, moms didn't have nobody to go to. Shit, moms didn't have nobody her whole life anyways.
Wow.
So when my Pops brought her here, you know, moms was always depending on Mama Nino, who was the backbone of our family, and my grandma Lourdes. Look, I got her name tatted right here. She passed away. So yeah, man, I just really, you know, my family it was built different, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I felt some kind of way about it. But like I was saying, get back to it, you feel different about it in stages.
100%.
When I was younger, I was like not rocking with it. But as I got older, I got to a point where I understood the situation. And then at that point, you just don't care. You're just living, you know, who you do got in your corner, like my moms and my brother. And then when I got older and I became a father, I was very grateful for the situation.
100%.
I was very grateful for the situation. Sorry about the noise. You know, we're real raw right here.
Nah, we in the shop.
Suave. We at the shop. We at the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? The barber shop, you know. Everything got to keep moving.
Yeah.
So as I older, as a different person, I was very grateful for the situation.
Right.
I was happy.
Because it made you the person that you are today.
Who I am. Because Pops, you know, because of Pops, I never hardly, you know, I didn't miss no football games. I didn't miss nothing for my children. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a problem being a daddy. Because, you know, the blueprint was right there. It was like,
of what not to do.
Yeah. And so when I see Pops, or I talk to him very rarely, hey, man, happy Father's Day, Pops. You know, appreciate you. And he'd be like, why? Like, I ain't do nothing for you. I said, that's why, homie.
Yeah.
Because of that, you know.
Yeah.
I'm straight.
Yeah.
I'm in the kingdom right now.
Yeah.
My children are successful.
How do you think that makes him feel?
Good, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. You better take it. You better run with it. You feel me?
Nah, I feel you because,
you better take it.
You know, I kind of go through the same thing. You know, similar outlook on life. You know, when it comes down to my kids. You know, if I didn't grow up the way I grew up, you know, if I didn't have the type of structure, or not even structure, but if I didn't have the type of relationship that I had with my pops or even my mom, I wouldn't be the type of father I am today, right? And like you said, you know, it's a blueprint to see, like, what not to do.
Yeah, what not to do.
And be thankful for it, too.
It's
you got to be
beautiful.
thankful for it.
They don't teach that shit in schools, homie.
Nah.
They don't teach that shit out there to just random people. You know what I'm saying? Them kind of that escuela, that learning, you got to run with it, homie. Take it for what it is, you know? Somebody gets hurt. You did something wrong. You made a bad choice, you know? Someone, you know, who you didn't love enough passed away. You know, you didn't get a chance to love them. Run with that, you know? can't sit there in misery. You got to take those lessons. You know what I'm
100%.
saying? That's why that word exists. It's a
Yeah, I'm
lesson.
glad you said lessons because a lot of people
It's not
take
an L.
it. Yeah, no, a lot of people take it the other way, and
Yeah.
they run with that,
Yeah.
and that's what leads them down the wrong path. And
Yeah, it'll make
Man.
you feel. It'll mess your mental up.
100%.
You know, it'll mess your mental up and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not cussing too much, am I? Can
You're
I?
good. Yeah, we can
okay.
cuss.
I go to the radio station right there with my people, South Phoenix, KDIF. I be cussing on there. They be like, "Hey," I go to
No,
the
you
shouts
can
out
cuss.
South Phoenix, KDIF, all the gang over there.
So what was Abe like as in your teenage years? Did you get into trouble? Like
Yeah. So, I was very fortunate, Stally. I had a very beautiful childhood with me and my brother Junior, my older brother Oscar, and mom's a writer, homie. So I went into my teenage years okay until it started. I started to have to start take care of myself.
Right.
So I took care of myself. I made some bad choices, but I made a lot of good choices because I remember I did that door-to-door candy sales thing where the dude would pull up in the van to the neighborhoods and pick up a bunch of youngsters in the projects and be like, yo, we selling candy. Y'all want to get down? It's a job. That time I was like 13, 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? And the homie, his name's Roger Robledo. I remember him clearly. I got a lot of love for this man, but I can't find him nowhere in my life. I've been looking for him everywhere. He's from Bowen Park. That dude came here and he picked up a lot of us and gave us jobs selling these $6 or $7 boxes of candy.
Yeah.
Every box of candy we sold was like $1.50. We would get for our pocket, so we was making instant bread all the time, right?
Yeah.
So he would take us out. So what that man basically, when I met that person, aside from everything I learned as a little dude in the streets growing up in the projects, just peeping the world, I was finally able to learn a job.
Right.
At a young age, and the dude taught me. God had a lot of love for me and a couple of the boys from the projects, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm gonna teach you this sales thing. I'm gonna teach you that when you come to this door, I'm gonna teach you how to make that sale. I'm gonna teach you how to be confident when you walk up there, talk up there, own the situation when you walk up there, right?" And this man invested a lot of time in us to learn this skill that I carry with me to this day. You feel me? And I became very successful at it as a little dude. And as a teenage little boy, like 13, 14 years old, I became very successful. I was one of the top cats on the van, on the truck, you know what I'm saying? I would go out and do the heavy numbers that they wanted to do because I was at doors, I was at businesses just telling them, hey, this is my name, I'm with this organization, this is what I do, I sell this candy to kind of help us get through. We got a mission, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Want to know if we can count on your support. Look at me, I'm out here at your door, I'm on the grind, what's up? You got me. And the people would be like, get the
They couldn't say no.
Couldn't say no.
They couldn't say no.
They got the checkbooks. They see a little brown kid knocking at the door. And we didn't just sell in the city. Tempe, all over. East Valley. We would go far. We would go to Prescott, Flagstaff, go selling candy sometimes.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Just hitting them. We were a little squad. So that person taught me something real good. I learned work at a young age.
You think that's what turned on your like entrepreneurship, like your ambition to keep going?
It definitely sparked it. Turned the pilot on. You know what I'm saying? Turned the pilot on. It definitely had put that in my head, and then I had that with me. And then as I got a little older, it was hard to stay away from some of my homies who were not doing good things. So I fell into that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like just being on the blocks, you know what I'm saying, that I lived in any of the multiple of the neighborhoods that I lived in. Just chilling with the homies, always trying to be about, who we are. I got introduced to the gang culture real young when I was 9 years old. I was my first put on when I was a little boy.
9 years old?
9 years old outside of University Park.
Wow.
So I took that with me. I already had that in the back lingering in my head,
Right.
which I always was a part of something.
Yeah.
I went into learning the little skill, selling candy, this and that, but I still would
Bring it
always
back.
fall back on the blocks,
Yeah.
on the homies. When I lived on the east side, all my homies from East Side Posse, from my neighborhood, the people who took me in, and I sat there and I had my hustler mentality as a little young age doing that. Always having something to put out, always having something like, I can do this, I'm gonna make some little extra change, and just stayed moving like that, since I was a little young boy.
Yeah.
But it always, it was always a teeter-totter. And then, with that comes being in institutions, that's a whole nother little journey of, things you go through. You know what I'm saying?
How did moms take that when you was getting in trouble, going to institutions and things like that? You ever thought about like how you made her feel?
Yeah. For my mom, yeah, it was. I'm sure it hurt her, but she wasn't probably just mad at me. She was mad at herself, homie.
Why do you think that? What makes you say that?
When I was a little boy, and we grew up in the 90s, early 90s, when all the world was changing, I would say, for people like us and in the barrios and in our Chicano, black, white neighborhoods, my mom grabbed a nasty addiction, dog. My mom was on a nasty one, Her and Pops, one of the times Pops was home, I fell to an addiction. I won't talk too much about what it is, but I'll just tell you it was the 1990s.
Yeah,
early 90s. So we were, at that point, I think she probably felt bad for herself because she didn't want to let herself down after being such a stupendous mom. Even as whatever she was going through,
right,
she was still stupendous.
Right.
So she was probably mad at herself, and the whole thing. And maybe she was relieved a little bit where I was somewhere safe. I don't think any mom don't ever want us in that situation, I don't think they ever want us in that situation, but sometimes if a mom's in a certain, my bad, I was about to lose my shit right now and tell them to close that fucking door. Nah, you're good, homie. What?
Or close it. Just close
where is it? Outside next door?
It's closed already. Oh, it's closed already?
Yeah. Oh, they got it. My man installing radios. Shouts out, Manny. Go check out Manny over there. I can't shut him down. That's his business over there. He always had nobody tell me what's wrong. Appreciate you, though. But, back to the subject real quick. I think moms, at some point, she probably was kind of relieved, too. Even though no mama wishes her child to be incarcerated, especially at a young age, like 13, like myself, when I started that shit. She probably was like, well, he's in I'm kind of not doing too good. You're
safe now. Like, you're not in a safe place, but
I know where he's at.
Exactly.
Because when I picked up the drugs, we were doing everything. We were out there sniffing paint, smoking, all them. I don't want to get into. I don't even want to spread that energy. But
yeah, 100%.
What kind of drugs we was doing? But we got into all that, messing around, just being reckless, bro. Just at some point, Stanley, as a young man, like when we were all growing up, ask your pops, ask everybody. Like in those days, like we came to a point where we just felt like we were invisible. We just take care of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's where our culture starts to break down right now. Where it's still breaking down because people like us,
We kind of started to divide.
Yeah, bro. Just started thinking we're, do whatever. We're going to take care of ourselves. I'm going to do whatever. Yeah, I got a good mom. Most of the homies had a good mom. My mom was a great mom. Most of them had a mom that sat there and listened to Pops. And their tortillas and their beans were fresh and made. And their dinner was cooked every night, and they still didn't care.
But a mom can't raise a boy to be a man.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think that's where, as a man, that's how, going through that situation, that's something subconsciously or just while in poverty is something that happens.
Yeah. I think. I'm gonna speak about. I can't speak about a lot of moms. There is a stigma or whatever.
Right.
People look at that situation, but man, I think my mom did a great job, homie. Everything we do, some of the bad too, but everything how I move, a lot of this is what I do, homie, is built after like my jefa's teachings. My jefa did a lot. My jefa was she cut hair, homie. She cut her own hair. My mom used to sew. I tell this story a lot because one of the most prideful things I have about moms.
Right.
When moms was 20s, I was a little boy and I sat there. This is before I went to school. Remember this like it was brought just yesterday. My mom's was cut her own hair, sew her own clothes. We used to go to the telas over there on Indian School on to go get the fabrics. She would come and sew something up, and Mom's would set up her photo shoot in the corner of her house just like this. And my mom's would run photo shoots, and she would do her own nails. And she was just all around creative hustler.
Wow.
You know? And that's why I'm like how I am. When Mom's cooks, Mom's is always like innovator, like, you know, let's try this, let's switch it up like this. Yeah. Not to mention all the years I spent with Mom's in the kitchen. You know, when we came home, because when Mom's went to work in the morning, we left to school in the barrio. And when Mom's came home, we came home. Mom's came home a little bit after us. So when it was dinner time, there was nobody there to cook dinner. It was dinner time, it was everybody in the kitchen. Hey, ponte a picar tomates, ponte a limpiar los frijoles, ponte a hacer esto, like, hey, de volada, and do this shit right type shit. So, you know, we picked up all that from Mom's. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of this shit that's in the play, that's moving, and even everything, it's just how she raised me.
Right, right.
You know, so she's probably the little point person out of many, you know.
That's done that.
That's done
you
that.
You feel like, I know you, a lot of people don't know, but you have the restaurant, the Suave restaurant. Do you feel like that's what you implement your menu off of, just stuff that you cooked at home?
Yeah. Most definitely, 99.9%.
Really?
It's just stuff that I know how to cook at the house, and I know how to season. And Moms always tell me how to season, you know, shit that I cooked growing up with my children, you know. Just putting little meals together, and then the not everyday things are just my creativity. It's just what I learned from all that to, hey, like, you know, just like, you know, back to what Moms used to do. Or you know, I didn't really watch many other people cook besides my mom, right? So all that teaching that I had, I used that and just put twists on it. You know, that's why you might get something crazy like a hot wing sauce that just tastes a little bit different. You might get some lemon pepper wings that just have heart put into it. You see the lemon just floating in it. You see the lemon pulp in that. You know, the meat from the lemon in the wings. You know, shit like that just gives you that extra little mile, that little extra heart on when you do things. That's what separates my food from the rest. You know, that taco that you can get, and you eat the taco, and when you give you the taco, you don't have to put shit on it type shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people cook tacos just to cook tacos. They just cook meat, put in a tortilla, and expect the sauce and all that extra stuff is going to do the trick. Nah, I put energy into my little food and my recipes. You know what I'm saying? My spin, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What I learned, you know?
100%.
Definitely.
Listening to your story, you know, and the praise that you give Moms, you know, I took from that. That's basically the two things that you realize the most about her, or have like the best memories with her, is her cutting her hair and being in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And those are two different businesses that you have, with the barbershop and the restaurant.
Yeah, that shit gives me the chills. When I sit there and I think about it, I'm like, man, how did that happen? You know, like, that wasn't planned. But you know what I could relate to it is that when the opportunity arose, I didn't think twice because I already had it in the chamber.
What do you mean by that?
Saying?
Explain that.
Like, I already knew, like, I was capable. It already crossed my mind. You know what I'm saying? I already, like, it was easy for me to take on those tasks because I have already lived it.
Right.
I've already experienced it. You know, I've already learned some of it. And I didn't walk into being a barbershop owner, even though I walked into being a barbershop owner, not being an actual barber. When I opened, I wasn't even a barber.
Really?
No, I wasn't even a barber, homie. I wasn't even licensed. I had a license to open the door. That was it. Wow. And the homegirl came and put her own work license in here so we can make the shit work. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, we built this out of nothing, looking out the window like a dope house. When I was sitting there doing hair and didn't have nothing. But I knew I had it in me. I knew I had it in the chamber because I knew I used to cut the little homies when we were kids, because I knew how Moms used to cut, and I used to see her cut us, and then I was like, damn, I know I got this in me. I've done it before. Right. So when I got the barbershop, you know, I got it with a set of clippers, and we just went to town.
So
off of love and
strength. How'd that come about? Like, were you looking for the barbershop, or?
When I did the barbershop, I did this at an old age. A lot of people don't know how old I am. I'm not gonna say it, But I'm old. I'm a little older. You know, I'm not much older, but I'm a little older. I did it at a very late age.
Right.
I did. And the reason I did it, when I finally was to own my own business, was because I got tired of working for somebody else. You know, I had already had a couple things underneath my belt. It's a long story to me. I had already accomplished a lot of things in that gap. You know, to where I was telling myself, working hard labor construction job, which is where all of us jump too quick.
Right.
You know, us Mexicans in the culture, we're like, yeah, throw me on the construction field.
Easy money.
I'm in the field, son. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get it. So I fell to that. And I did that for a lot of years. I made someone a lot of money. A couple people, you know, several people growing up, if you want to count my whole life. And I just didn't want to do that no more, homie. I didn't want to do that no more, so I went to say, I want to get my own business. I'm going to start my own business. So I was like, what can I do? And I was over here on 19th. I used to bring the gang truck from work here to wash it. And I knew the OG who owns the whole plaza who built this, you know. Another crazy successful story out the hood, you know. And then I seen the little barbershop was empty. And I said
there it is.
Bitch. There it is.
So it was already a barbershop.
It's been a barbershop. He built this for his family, his sons, or I don't know what.
Wow.
Well, he decided, but it's ours now. And right now for the moment, you know.
Yeah.
And there's 6 years, thank God, you know. So we brought it in there, put our touches in it, you know what I'm saying, and kind of got it all legal and stuff like that, and then we took off with it. And then do it. And luckily doing the barbershop, when I got to do the barbershop, when I got in there, I fell in love with it. And that was it.
You fell in love with being a barber or being a business owner?
So let me tell you the story. When I thought about being the business owner, Stally, that I didn't want to work no more for nobody, my thing was and this is a good, if you're trying to be a barber or you're trying to open a barbershop, this is the best story. You want to hear it? I tell it to people. My son Benji tells it to all the people. Listen closely. I said, I'm going to open a barbershop, which is 90% of people who, like, you know, want to do self-employed, young, culture, urban people. They want to, let's get
the first thing.
Easy, It's easy. I'm going to get a barbershop. I'm going to hire barbers, come in there. I'm going to just be chilling at the register, collecting, you know, huh? That was the last thing that happened. That was the last thing that happened. And it happened right now in year number 6.
Year 6, man.
Right? Year number 6, homie. Right? Because when I opened the barbershop, I didn't know I had to hire people, and I had to know people wanted to work with me, and people wanted to have a reputation at the shop and know who they dealing with and who, you know? Man, that's when I told myself, I said, damn, I couldn't keep nobody. I couldn't keep the doors on, the lights on, or just trying to keep the business going. You know, I wasn't gonna be able to do that if I didn't have a team in here, or at least someone cutting hair.
Right.
And I told him I was like 10 days in, 15 days in. I'm like, what was I thinking? Right? And then I remember I said, damn, good thing I bought a pair of clippers with this, right? So the fact this mug being a barbershop, every few days, someone would come in looking for the old barbershop that was there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, no, man, it's new management, man. But, you know, you're welcome to come in. You know, let me get you. At that point, I knew I had to cut hair. I told myself, like I said, good thing I bought some clippers.
So it's necessity. Yeah.
So I just started sitting people in the chair, homie, no L, no nothing. Just started sitting them in the chair. What I remember from back in the day, and what I remember when I came home from Adobe, where we used to try to go out to Paraíso, and we would give ourselves the high fade. Me and my homie Shadow from Southside Posse, one of my celly from Adobe, we came out when we were 18, and we were like, and we going partying, you know, Paraíso or whatever, you know, and we'd cut each other's hair. All those little learnings, teaching this when I opened the shop is when I tapped into, dog.
Damn.
And I just started cutting style. I just started fucking dudes up, bro.
How many haircuts you fucked up?
Bro, there was some bad ones, bro. I remember a black vato brother sat down in a chair and he's like, "Hey, bro, you know you're supposed to cut our hair with the grain, right?" I said, "Yeah, I know. I just wanted to try this." Oh man, like that, bro. Like I said, oh man. So
it was make excuses.
I don't make excuses, brother. So
Nah,
I just ran with it, bro.
yeah,
I ran
100%.
with it. I started cutting, and there was a few heads. And you want to know the craziest thing, Stally? You want to know the craziest thing that I trip out on still?
What is it?
That at least 4 or 5 of those heads still mess with me to this day. Right? 4 or 5 of those heads still mess with me to this day. My brothers, I
Do you
love
tell
them.
a story though? Do you let them know?
Nah, they tell
know?
it with me, homie.
Oh, they tell it with. That's love. That's
They
love.
tell it with me, bro.
That's love.
My brother Manny Gomez. They tell it with me.
That's love.
And they're like, "Hey, remember that?" I said, "Yeah."
It's something to laugh about now.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that's good.
You know, now we got the most expensive barbershop in South Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? We got the best quality. We're 5 stars in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Damn near close to it.
You know what?
You know what I'm
Listening
saying?
to that story, it shows me like, you know, it's a testament to your ambition and you know, true entrepreneurship and not taking no for an answer.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? When you said, you know, the doors were open, I had a license to open the door, but I have no license to
Cut. Nah.
You know, but we found a way and we made the way happen. And that's what a lot of people don't do nowadays is they don't, you know, they're scared to start something because they feel like they need to have everything in play. And that's not the case, man. You need to learn that shit on the go.
You need to learn it, bro. Sometimes you learn it with the boots on the ground.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to me. And that's why I said it's very important to you people trying to open barbershops. Do it accordingly.
Right.
Or be ready for that scrap. You know what I'm saying? Be ready to put them dukes up.
Right.
You know, like I said, when I did it, bro, I remember her first hearing my little register go off the first couple of times, Stelly, and that shit said, ding. And I was like, I got my $20 bill hanging right here, my first $20 bill that I made.
Yeah.
Right inside the door of the barber shop. And a fucking frame I bought at the dollar store that says aim to inspire. What are the odds of that?
Wow.
Right? I bought that bitch the first week.
Wow.
Right? So when that little register said bing, I said, damn. And
I like that
an
sound.
hour later, 2 hours later, that register said ding. I said, damn. I fell in love. I fell in love with that sound. I fell in love with that culture. I fell in love with that bread is my bread. I fell in love with that I realized now I learned to do something when I got my money right to do the shop. I said, there's no way. I got tired of looking out the blinds like I was smoking dope at the dope house, you know, waiting for them to kick the door down, you know. I said, I'm putting myself through school.
Right.
And I met the most amazing person that I know to this day that helped me get my license, put me through school, taught me a lot of things about business. Just God works like that. The stars,
100%.
you know, not even the stars. I'm not even going to take nothing away from God. 'Cause God taught me that. God put that in my path.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Got myself licensed, went to school, went to take the test at the Arizona State Board. And I said, damn, I'm gonna do this. And I'm nervous. I'm like, I'm not passing this. I call the OG. I say, Pops, I'm not passing this test. I'm just telling you. He starts tripping. He's like, so you mean to tell me
All that work.
all that work I did, you're telling me all my work is nothing? And you calling me right outside the test office, just letting me know you already did pass it before you even took the test? Bro, I went in there and I did that test and I passed it, homie.
Hell yeah.
You know, and then that bitch came in the mail, and I remember I posted a picture of it because there was a lot of haters that didn't like my ambition and the attraction that people have to me. You know,
How do you deal with that? With the hate, with the negativity and shit like that?
I don't. You know, with me, I don't really have to experience it a lot. I feel it though from afar. You know, I feel it from afar, and I think. Not to say I'm a badass or you know, I'm good. I don't like to really tell people that. I don't have to explain that to you. But ain't nobody trying to see me like that. Ain't nobody trying to see me, my family, the people around me, every motherfucker in every hood who loves me, you know?
Right.
Ain't nobody trying to see me like that. You know, ain't nobody. So I never had a problem with that. I just deal with it. You know, I try to fix a lot of it sometimes. You know, if I know someone don't like me for a reason, what is it?
Yeah.
You know, I try to teach positivity, unity.
No, that's good.
You feel me? You're going to learn more from that person, more that as a friend, more than you're going to learn from that person that's hating on them.
Right.
Or talking about them.
Yeah.
And another thing for myself doing it, I don't really, I'm not going to hate on you, I just won't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? But the little homie, East Side Posse, little homie, East Side Suave, is a rapper. He said, you know one thing, OG. He said, you know one thing, Abe, big homie. He said, hating ain't never got me paid.
Never.
And I said, damn. I said, you taught me something too. I took that and just put it in the notes in the iPhone.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes you could fall to do that.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you
Everybody
could be
falls
like,
short to
fuck
that.
this punk ass.
Yeah.
You know? But he was absolutely right. Hating ain't never got me paid. There's nothing that you can do being hating on someone that's going to make you something. You know, but fuck you up. But yeah, I deal with it, man. I navigate, homie.
Yeah, that's the only way, just navigating.
Yeah.
And you know, earlier you were saying, you know, God put everything in the path for you, and I feel like that's the same with you and I. You know, there's a reason that we connected somehow.
Yeah.
Because you know, the first time I met you, you actually came to where I was DJing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then
That's what I remember.
that same day, you know, we then realized like, damn, you know, my pops and you know my godfather, and then everything just kind of came full circle. And then on top of that, just seeing your grind and your hustle, and then even seeing that you put some of my family members in a position to, you know, to win.
A lot of people,
Right.
A lot of people, Stally.
How many people would you say you put in a position to win? Whether it's, you know, just giving them game or just, you know, sending them some way or.
I don't want to give you an answer because I'm not, you know, I don't do it for that, you know. But it's some people, you know, some people that walk around in their life, and whether they driving to their new job or holding their babies or opening the door to their house, you know, they know where that came from. You know what I'm saying? It's a few people out there, and you'll meet them. They come to the door. You feel me? Some of them just take it like, thank you.
Right.
I'll see you in life. I'm like, cool, that was for you. You know what I'm saying?
What do you get out of that? Like, what do you get out of?
It's our job, homie.
Just as an
our
OG.
job.
Just,
As an OG, it's our job as people.
as people, I like that.
It's a job as people, and it's most especially if you look like me. Or we're the same, you know, same background, you know. I'm not gonna say color, cause I got every color brother that loves me and I love them. But if we're from the same place, you know, same struggle, if I got to experience that before you, I'm gonna get it to you. I'm gonna hand that shit off. Here's the handoff. Run, my nigga, run.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just it's in our duty, homie. It's in our duty. I enjoy it because I like to see success.
Are you
I like
afraid
to see
of
winners?
Are you afraid of someone getting bigger than you?
No, hell no. It's a lot of big homies. I'm just trying to deal. I'm just trying to get to know you.
Right.
Teach me. I want to learn from you.
Right.
How can I get close to you, man? How can I eat up a little bit of your scraps you're leaving behind?
Right.
You know, sometimes you build a good relationship with the people that are bigger than you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the big homie right there. Look. See that Norteño sign right there?
Yeah.
I stole that from that table. That's in my hood.
Yeah, I know
That's a whole nother restaurant.
Yeah.
You feel me? Up in my restaurant, I'm trying to sell que suave. So I got the Norteño sign. That's the big homies right there.
Right.
You know, bigger, way bigger and greater than me. That restaurant been there for 40-something years in my hood. Any day of the week, you go there and that mug got a line. I'm from the hood and the girl barely knows me and she like, I'm going to get to you, Abe. You feel me? You know? Yeah, I don't fear that, homie. I don't fear that. I don't fear that in my family. I don't fear that in anyone. I just know, like, hey, man, you know, look out for your homies. You know, a lot of that shit does hurt me. You know what hurts me is when you help someone and they forget about you.
What do you mean by that, when they forget about you?
They just won't come around. They just won't come check up on you. You know, that does hurt. Because either I hit a maneuver or I did whatever I had to do. You know, I've called favors in. Hey, I need a favor. What's the poppin'? My person, you know, in the situation, I love them. And I know you love me.
Help
You
them out.
know? And they be, all right, Abe, for you. Fuck the person. I'll talk to you later, Abe.
Yeah.
You know, and then when they disappear, like, damn, nigga, what's up, nigga? I just want you to come to my celebration for my 1 year anniversary from the restaurant. Let me just see you. Let me just hold you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me just see that new car you're driving. You know?
Basically, just to come, not even
just
to
don't
come
forget
show
about
love,
your
but just
people.
to keep that.
That's what makes people mad. You know, that's your people. You know, for you from either you're from the same neighborhood or they grew up with you at some point in your life. I'll help a stranger out. Don't get me wrong, but you know, don't forget about your people, homie. You 100%. Know, and if you're a real one, you got to beef. If me and you become good friends, Stally, I'm gonna tell you, I ain't like that shit, Style. And you're gonna be like, nigga, fuck, what you mean you don't like it? And I'm gonna tell you why. And you might be like, you fucking tripping. I fuck with it. But cool, keep it pushing. Right. We're still homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know? You can't. Me and Heck was just talking about this right now in the barbershop. We had a customer, good homie. You know? Didn't get the right service or something. Supposed to be my dog. You know? Gone. You know, so it's a little dumb shit like that.
No, definitely, because you know that happens a lot. To kind of tie everything back, you know, someone that's already been, not even a big homie or someone older, because it could be somebody younger, but someone that's been through a situation. A lot of people nowadays are scared to give the game, right? Because a lot of people are scared to give the game because they feel like, oh man, this person's gonna be bigger than me, or this person gonna make more money than me, or this person gonna take my clients. But it's like, man, fuck that, because there's enough money, enough clients, and enough game for everybody to win.
Everybody.
And as far as like, you know, you saying, you know, hey, like I ain't like what you did right there, right? You just gotta be the type of person that's able to take that criticism, and a lot of people aren't like that nowadays. That's why, you know, I surround myself with people like that, because I don't want people to be a yes man, right?
Don't you feel like you want to hear it?
Yeah, I want to hear it. I want you to tell me. That's why, you know, the people I surround myself, they'll tell me like, hey, Stally, you fucking up right now, bro. You lazy. Yeah. What's up with you? Like, you're doing this.
Exactly.
Hey, I didn't like the way you said this. Like, what's up with you?
Yeah.
And at the moment, we might be like, man, fuck you, you know, but I'm going to think about it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be like, I'm going to call you. No, you were
pop
right.
back up on
you
my
were
dog.
Right, bro. You were right.
Or even if you're not right, I'm going to pop back up on my dog.
Like nothing happened.
You know,
like,
you got to ride with me.
Because you got the best interest. You got my best interest at heart the same way I got your best interest at heart.
And if we're homies and we're people, we're real people.
Right.
We're real people. Real shit happens. Sometimes you don't get along. Sometimes you do. You know what I'm saying?
100%. And, you know, I feel like, you know, that's the type of person you are. And just seeing what you do, you know, just following you for a minute and seeing, you know, people that you've just the love that you show, because you know, me specifically, you know, popping up, coming to see me DJ with somebody that we had a mutual connection with, and then after that, a couple times just coming with you and your wife, you know, and I see that and I'm like, damn, that's love, bro.
That's what I like to do.
You know, that's different. Like it's different when you pull up with someone that we both know. Yeah, I get that. But then when it's just you and your wife, like that's a different level of respect, a different level of love.
Because I kind of see, like, I seen, you know, Pops and them, they're OGs from my hood. They're not OGs from my hood. They're OGs from a hood that my hood and your Pops hood, they clicked up back in the days. You know, a lifetime correspondence, right, to this day. But I seen the big homie's son doing something. I like music. I mean, you see my records. You see I love music. I see you moving your own stuff, your own equipment, your own things. I said, he's working.
Right.
I fuck with people like that, right? Plus, he's doing something I like. Then I see your presentation is who you are as a father, as everything that you're doing. All the cards are saying yes. Everything is yes, 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 yes. I mess with you, and I was like, I like the dude. So at that point, I'm gonna invest my time. When I go see you, it's not that I'm coming to only support you. I'm coming to get my fix. You feel me? I'm coming to feed off of you, homie. Right. You know, I'm coming to see what this cat is doing. I'm coming to watch your operation.
Get that inspiration.
Exactly. It goes both ways. It goes different ways.
I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people are scared to be vulnerable like that. To say, I get inspiration off of this person and off of this person. So I appreciate that.
Do you
man.
want to be inspired by Lil Stally from the hood, from downtown, from Phoenix, from the city, or would you admire that inspiration more, or would you feel better if A-list celebrity inspires you?
Right.
I want the homies inspo.
Right.
You know, I want people I know.
Right.
That's what's closest to me, dog. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
That's what I mess with. But nah, you straight, Stally, man. We mess with you, bro. Shit, that music, the R&B shit, bro, that's my shit, bro.
That's
like,
my vibe, man.
all them years in the Dobie Mountain, or all the little juvie institutions, listening to Melissa. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to
You know what's
Melissa.
crazy? Shout out to her.
All
but,
that shit.
I actually, before she came back, because I work for the radio, I work for 101.1.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the ideas I brought to them.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I want to do my own late night show just like her. Because that was
Throw the
my
same beat on there.
inspiration.
Yeah, 'cause I thought she was gone forever.
Yeah. And it was crazy is I gave them that idea, and maybe like 6 months later they called me. They're like, you'll never guess who's in the building. I'm like, who? They said Melissa the Midnight Mamacita. I said,
Yeah, that all orchestrated on its own. I know I know one of the main young ladies that put that together. Shouts out to her.
Yeah.
And worked on her behalf. All you guys who grew up in radio and stuff like that.
Shit, I ain't even grow up in radio.
To me it's like, damn, like, you know, whoever put that brought back something historic.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, something that's from my city. You know what I'm saying? I'm all city. Something very sacred. Brought that back, and I'm able to enjoy it. And then, you know, you do it, and everyone does. That person or that station, whether it was her or someone else, that kind of music that they played on the radio for us in the Finiquera when we were little, is all that old school R&B, and that's my favorite kind of music.
Exactly.
You know, it's the hardest music for me to collect right now because it's the most expensive to me, but cause on wax, you know.
Yeah.
But I love it, and when you do the R&B, I'm like, and I mess with that. I'll be watching the video like 10 plays, 20 plays, because I like the way he did that drop. And he's there with no shirt on. You know what I'm saying? Like that when I get that, I'm like, yeah, boy, get that. I always tell myself, like, damn, I wish I was sitting right in front of him on the couch with a blunt, like just listening. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my happiness.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, music brings people together, homie.
Your wish could have came true at Lover's Lane, man. Look, that's
bro,
the vibe.
I was crying about that, bro. We're gonna be at Frank's After Hop, man. I had to pay money to work there.
Shit.
So it's hurting me so bad, man. I didn't think about it, man. And I'm like, oh, man, Lover's Lane in February, it was just all beautiful to me. I was like, I'm going to make it. I'm going to go.
We're going to film it,
I'm going to do something private. Yeah, film it. I watched last year's podcast with you and all the little shorties that were on there. And it was everybody was slop tarts. A couple of slop tarts on there.
We're going to do the same pod, but I'm going to actually film the mix.
Yeah.
So I'm going to film, like a point of view looking at me, and then another point of view looking at the crowd.
Yeah.
So you can put on
if
the TV
something crazy nice happens, I'm gonna try to at least show face. I was thinking of just deading out, you know, and just boom, hitting it real quick, and then, you know, because over at 12, huh?
Yeah, it's over at 12.
You need to run
that's
that
when my
later
set
style.
ends. Yeah.
Oh, that's your set.
That's when my set
is
ends.
the function until 2?
So it's my whole thing. So right now it's till 12.
We need to do it till 4 in the morning. We need to do it till 4 in the morning. I'm sorry, it's Valentine's. People making love and loving, and then you need to spread that energy.
Shit, we might do one in the back right here.
Yeah,
till
you
4 in the morning.
Welcome. Yeah, we go all night. Chill, invite the homies, bring some couches out. You know what I'm saying? Have everybody be able to sit back, chill. Hey, you bringing the couches from your house, you're bringing the couches from your house, and you're bringing the couches from your house. You know what I'm saying? And we just set it up, bro. Just a big old kickback function.
Yeah. Speaking of the back, though,
that's what it's for.
I know you got the Mercadito coming.
Yeah, thank you.
February 11th.
Thanks for reminding us about that. February 11th is our second Mercadito. Started putting it together. I put the first one together around the little homie Begolero. Soban, the homie Dom. We kind of just did that, planned it real quick. The little dude Pablo from the Begolero, he showing mad love. He I think he got something going for him, so kind of put that around them. And then I was like, you know what, man, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Let's run it some more. So we putting it together again. It's still staying to me, the little homie, everybody putting it together. It's not just me. I don't ever do anything by myself. Even though, shouts out my wife, shouts out my wife. Y'all don't give me too much credit, but, this woman, my wife, been with me for a lot of years, homie.
So you're just the face. She does all the work type.
She's, all this shit's in her name.
That's beautiful, man.
That's all hers, She's a great person, man. So,
what made you get married?
What made me get married? God did, homie. Yeah, God did made me get married. Tell you a quick story. We'll do this since it's February. I'm gonna share this story. How much time we got, homie?
We good. We keep going.
10 minutes. I could break it down in 10 minutes. This is a deep one. You ready for this?
Let's go.
All right. Growing up in my neighborhood, remember I told you for my first put on, I was 9 years old in my hood. In my hood, now there's 2 hoods. There was 3 hoods, up to 3 hoods, but there was 2 hoods mainly. The third one's always been there, but they kind of stayed in their own lane. Growing up since kindergarten, I knew this girl, right? I knew this girl. I never messed with her. She was cool. She was the girl kind of got made fun of for certain situations she had going on when she was a little baby. Kindergarten in my classroom. I'm like, okay, cool. Never really thought much of her. As I grow up, the same little girl always around in the classrooms, in elementary school. We grew up some more. It's 1990. Everybody thinks they're a gang member now. There's this little girl still. Junior high school, there's this little girl. But this little girl has done it evolving with her side. The other side of the street. The other neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this little girl just always like, this is where we're from, this and that, We can twist our fingers up or whatever, they did, Or the girls held a different part from that neighborhood, but her brothers and cousins and everybody, some hitters, you know what I'm saying? Every hood got hitters,
Right.
So I grew up with that whole situation. It's whatever. I leave the hood to the east side when I'm a little boy. I'm gonna go quick with this. I moved to the east side when I'm a little boy. Leave the neighborhood. Start hitting on the east side. I start hitting institutions, jails, all that shit that happened with my moms and my pops and everybody went through. I end up in like the seventh time I'm incarcerated. I'm in with the kids, a big house in Adobe Mountain up north. So it's a little juvenile prison, state. I'm on Christmas time and I'm sitting there sending letters out. I'm writing a Christmas letter out, and I send one to Lampock, California, the feds. I send another Christmas letter to Florence Central Unit, and I'm sending another Christmas letter. Another Christmas letter is going to Tucson, Cimarron, some big yard out there. And then I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn, I'm writing these letters to all these prisons. I said, one was from my grandpa, one was from my father, and one was from my big brother.
Fuck.
It's Christmas. Mom's ain't no telling that she gonna get the letter. But I remember when I wrote those letters, I said, what am I doing? I said, why am I in this situation? I said, where did I let myself go wrong? I said, I gotta get out of this. I'm no longer going to do this. I'm no longer going to be locked up. I did it since I was like 12, 13 years old. In and out. I'm following the same pattern as bro and my dad or whatever. It's long story short. We'll talk that on another episode. I get to talking to God. I said, God, get me out of this situation. God, I don't want to be in this. I don't want to, bless you. I don't want to live like this no more. God, give me the solution. I pray to God. I said, God, tell me what my plan is when I go home. I'm about to go home. I don't want to come back to this no more. What can you put in what can you talk to me? And the only thing God I could feel in my heart was to start a family, homie. I was 17 years old. I was 17 years old when I thought of this. So I'm like feeling that response, and I'm like, damn, that's a hard one, because I'm a kid. I can't even get right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to turn 18 in a couple months. I'm getting ready to go home. I'm going to just run with it. Boom, I go home. God says, that's your plans. Run with it or do whatever the hell you want. Got to do that. gotta tell you to do something, and you do it. Not, it's up to you. I come home. I'm chilling. My homie from South, my Celly, my brother from Southside Posse, Shadow. Much love to him wherever he's at. One of the pins right now. Comes home with me, and we chilling, and we're at that moment giving each other those haircuts to go to Paraíso. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because me and Shadow, we want to go. We stepping, When I got out, I always had good connections. When I went in, I hit a backflip when I came in, a front flip and 2 backflips, and came up real quick. Yeah. So when I came home, I was already on. Right. And I was already like, okay, that was a good little move I did. I risked something, but it happened. Yeah. Right. So I'm like, Shadow, let's get each other right. Numerous times we go. Our night thing was to go to Paraíso. They was doing a little techno, and they was doing like old school, They switched it up. I'm in there dancing in Paraíso, and I see this little girl.
Same one.
It's some Lover's Lane shit. Lover's Lane, baby. I see this little girl. But when I see her, mind you, I seen her in junior high school, like talking about fuck your hood. This and that, whoop de whoop. Went to the other school where we all got kicked out of, and she was there again. And it was like, whatever,
Yeah.
But when I seen her that night at Paraíso, it was like an aura going over her. And
Something
she had
totally
grew up. And she was beautiful with the moles on her face. In those days, Sports Illustrated girls were beautiful. The little skinny ones. Cut. Beautiful. And I seen this woman, and I said, God damn, I said, she grew up. We get to talking. As I get to talking, and me and her start vibing, it hits me. Like the first time I seen her, homie, when I came home, and I seen her, and it hit me, and she gives me a little play, give me, okay, cool, but I knew at that moment, dog. I leave, I check out, we're getting ready to leave. I jump in my little Regal. That day, those times I had a little white 87 Regal on the 13s with the caps, not the knockoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was mobbing because I had just hit a little, you know what I'm saying? Came up real quick, so me and Shadow, we mobbing. I leave the Paraíso. I said, Shadow, take me to go see this girl. And he's like, what? Which girl? I was like, the girl I just met. I just seen in there that I known for a minute. Like, take me to go see her.
Yeah.
Shadow's like, all right, Scooby, like, let's go. And I had already told her, her and the brothers, they're all from the rival hood, but let's go see her. And he was like, and my name, they call me Little Scooby. He like, Scooby, you tripping? Like, what you mean? Like, I'm gonna take you to her. And I said, nah, you gotta take me, Shadow. You gotta take me. Like, I gotta see her. And he's like, but why are you wigging out? I said, Shadow, that's my wife.
Oh shit.
And Shadow was like, Shadow starts laughing on me in my face, like crying, laughing, like, bro, what is wrong with this cat? I said, Shadow, take me to go see her, homie. That's my wife.
Damn.
And he was like, took me, and I got to see her for a couple more minutes at some apartment. She was hanging out with her friend, just small talk. I'll see you later. Stopped talking to me for a while, and I hunt her down again, and I see her, and man, fucking long story short, man, that's my wife. You know what I'm saying? 24 years later,
shit.
Me and Miriam thugging, homie. You know what I'm saying? Wow. We go through a lot. We kind of go through it. We're going through some ugly shit right now. You feel me? Everybody does,
Everybody goes.
Because there's a lot of responsibility, but I was able to win her over. It was some scraps. It was some, with some big guns out in broad daylight. It was just a lot of ugly situations because she was from the rival hood. I was from my rival hood. I was from her rival hood, and when I loved her, and I knew she loved me, and I wanted to be with her. So I had to go. That was a whole nother story, whole nother book. But God told me that. So when I did that, I invested my time and my love into what God had promised to me. When I seen her, I knew she was my wife, homie. And to this freaking day, she's my wife. Damn. I was out not even 2 months when I seen her.
That's crazy. That's
and then
beautiful.
She's built all this with me and done everything we've done together, Still, we've somewhat brought our families a little bit together. You feel me?
Yeah,
I mean, that love's always going to be iffy sometimes, maybe, or whatever, but we still mingle.
No, 100%.
You feel me?
100%. It's because I think it's because, when you just have two people, two alphas. Let's say that two alphas. One person wants it this way, one person wants it this way. It's always gonna create that tension. It's always gonna create that. I don't want to say rivalry, but you guys started as rivals.
Yeah.
Right. And now what'd you say? 24 years later.
Oh, about 24.
You still you want the best for both of you, but
yeah, you do.
One person wants it this way, one person wants it this way.
Yeah, it's hard, homie.
It's definitely hard, man.
It's hard, homie. It's hard because you stack that on top of each other. You stack on knowing each other. If there's any advice I can give anybody, man, just fight for what you love, homie. You know what I'm saying? Fight. Sometimes sometimes you want to give up. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes only one of the two wants to give up. But
no, that's love though. You know what I'm saying? That's love. It's not always gonna be perfect. And speaking of love, I just want to give my thanks and my love back to you as a person for including me in what you're doing for the community.
Yeah,
with the Mercadito and just bringing the community back together. What inspired you to do that?
What inspired me to do that? It was just kind of like it's how would I say, man? I like I said, I told you before, like I feel like it's our job, it's our duty. I just find myself with all this space right here, and I'm like, man, I gotta help some people that I know. I like to help people come up too. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I know eventually we all eat. You know what I'm saying? That's tight. Another thing that I like, and one of my big missions right now is the preservation of South Phoenix, homie. I'm very thankful to this side of town. I'm very thankful to. You're okay, Nana. This is Nana right here. Nana, come here real quick. This is my youngest employee right here. No, for real. She works here with us.
You like working
this
here?
Nana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This our sweeper right here. This Heck's daughter. So she comes in here. She got gold aspirations to be something in life. Sorry, this is real raw. I know
No,
when they cut
100%.
off.
No, we doing it.
This is my little friend right here. Nana does the sweeping, and she'll come in here and help out and clean out. She just had a little brother. She balls at the Croc Center, huh? Yeah, she plays basketball.
You a basketball player?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them a little bit about you, Nana. You like working here?
Yeah, I love working here. It's my best thing working here. I would always come. I would bring my basketball. I come on Saturdays. Sometimes when I would miss school, I would come, and I would always bring my basketball to play basketball. And it was like my dream life here because I loved it here, and it was.
You gonna cut hair too when you get older?
She's gonna be in the WNBA.
Yeah.
She's gonna be in the WNBA.
She's gonna be doing both.
Yeah.
She's gonna be WNBA, and she's gonna be how we move. We focus on having different, incomes.
Yeah.
Bringing, all our incomes together.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be playing ball and cutting hair.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
She got a great father. Shout out my brother Hector, man. Her dad is the real one.
That's beautiful. Keep aspiring to be great.
Yeah.
Keep working. Keep taking the small steps, and you're gonna get to your goal and get to where you need to get to.
She with the winning team. Thank you,
That's
baby.
beautiful.
I'll see you. Thanks, Nana. Okay. Yeah, that's Nana. She was worried about the noise the door was making, cause she like, oh shit, my bad. But yeah, man, this is a real life situation going on over here. This is all family ran. Oh, so like we're back at the Mercadito. I just feel like we need to do our part, and I'm real big I'm real big, and my family's real big on the preservation of South Phoenix culture. I'm not from the South Side by any means. A lot of people say, "Oh, Abe's South Sider." No, I'm from downtown. And I got a lot of love in years of life in the East Side. I never lived in South Phoenix. We only came to South Phoenix to come to Peter Piper Pizza, Southwest Supermarket. Cruising on Sundays or Saturdays. As a little kid, you would try to come with a grown up and catch a little cruise or something, or go to South Mountain. We'd go to South Mountain with the church, and they would buy a big ass pizza somewhere right here. It was a pizza like this big, and we would go eat it up top, But when me and my family moved to South Phoenix, I seen my culture. I seen it deteriorating downtown in my hood, gentrified. I seen the East Side being gentrified. I seen all that stuff. When I was able to afford a home, I bought me a piece of land, something that's mine, that I own free and clear in South Phoenix is my home. at that point I knew I owned a piece of South Phoenix, and not to mention the culture was here. You know, I'm a hood cat. You know, I like low riding. I got my cars. You know what I'm saying? We aspire to make a South Phoenix cruising culture great again with the South Plaza movement. We were right there bringing that back. You know, all with a group of people. You know what I'm saying? A part of that. You know what I'm saying? When it started flourishing again in 2016, 17, which is what now is Lowrider Sundays.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So South Phoenix always showed a lot of love to me. I opened my businesses in South Phoenix, and then the people from South Phoenix, they just know real, recognize real anywhere you go. I can go anywhere in my city, and people are gonna know who I am or what I'm about, or you don't even gotta know shit about me. Just how I know I carry myself,
Right.
You're gonna mess with me. You know,
100%.
especially I'm home. This is my home. I'm gonna make my home shine by any means. You know what I'm saying? So, very welcoming. South Phoenix always done something real good for me and my family. So it's kind of like our give back. Like, hey, let's keep making sure South Phoenix culture is strong. You know, let's get these small businesses out there. Let's bring people, get exposed to South Phoenix, like this podcast. You know, we high waving, knocking at your door. South Phoenix is waving and knocking at your door right now through my businesses and all these 11 or 12 people that work for me. You know what I'm saying? Or just continue to believe in my dream. People like you are sitting right here. South Phoenix is in your face. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is going to be the only part of town that really is not going to let go. I really think it's going to be this only part of town where the business are going to stay Mexican owned. Most of the property and homes are going to stay Mexican owned. You know what I'm saying? Besides you building buildings and trying to knock some of our neighborhoods down, the people in South Phoenix, I don't think they're going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? There's big families in South Phoenix that got a lot of money, that own a lot of houses, that own a lot of property. You know, where they taking the horses? They ain't getting their horses out the hood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna, where they taking the carnicerias, you know, where you taking, you know, all those things. So we're just here for South Phoenix, and that's why how South Phoenix Morning Mercadito came about. February 11th, we have like 20 plus vendors out here, including you, Stally. You know what I'm saying? Just a whole little South Phoenix vibe for you to come enjoy the morning of Super Bowl Sunday. You know, way before the game starts. You'll be home by the time it's over. Great food, great people, have some live artists, music, and just supporting our people. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely getting from. I came to the first one, and just seeing, you know, the concept of the second one, I could see that it's growing. It's getting bigger. It is bigger than the first one that you put out.
We have to be real careful with that. I didn't on this one. I'm trying to see like how big it can get. You know, I'm trying to test it on a large scale. Not to necessarily say it has to be like that. It's just guess what? It has to be a space for people. You know, it has to be I'm gonna call it a safe space. When I say safe space, I want to say like you can come here and make money. You can come here and be part of something. You know, you can come here and build your network. You know, you can come here and just be happy and safe and feel comfortable. And we're about getting money. At the end of the day, homie, like I learned since I was a little boy, I'm about getting money. I'm about coming up. I'm about that dream. I'm about being in those places, like you said. People are bigger than me. You know, I got a long... I'm a long fucking place where I come from, but I'm fucking very fucking far from where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it is. And everybody should feel the same.
100%.
Everybody should feel the same.
100%.
Everybody.
Well, that's episode 1.
Damn,
Thank you,
did it
Abe.
over here.
Appreciate you,
We could
man.
talk for days, homie. We could be here for days.
We'll definitely get you.
You start getting scared. You get freaked out. You start hearing some of the stories of shit I've really been through.
We don't want to give
that
them
for
everything.
another day.
Yeah, we
You
don't
know
want
what
to
I'm
give them
saying?
everything.
Yeah, you
But,
know.
what do you got anything you want to just promote or bring to the people, or just any closing statements that you want to give off?
I'll say something like some advice. Always, my advice is gonna be is like, hey, you know, if you see somebody moving, trying to bubble in your family, just working that good fight, you know, especially if it's for themselves. Support them, man. I can't say it enough. I can't say it enough. I think our city is and I'm speaking for Phoenix. I'm speaking for my city, Phoenix, Arizona. I think we have so much talent. We have so much beautiful things. We have so many creative peoples. We have a dope paisaje of just who we are, how we look. Support that. You know what I'm saying? Run that shit, bro. Run them numbers up. Let them know. What we're doing is different. We got our own culture out here. We ain't like nobody else. We ain't nothing. This is our version of our culture and our people and our love. And my promotional thing, don't forget, man, we've been here. We still here. We haven't made it. Even though it looks good on Instagram and social media, we've not made it. We in a good fight. So stop by, support the barbershop, support Que Suave Barbershop, support Que Suave Tacos. We're counting on your support, and I ain't afraid to say it. Feel me? Pull up, tacos, food, have fun, caterings, whatever you want to do. We're here for you guys. Look out for our seminars we do, the workshops, the barber becoming a barber workshop, the opening your own food business workshop. Anything you see we kick on our social media at Que Suave Tacos and at Que Suave Barbershop 2018, tap in. And all the other little things I'm working on, just support us if you can. Appreciate it. Stally, thank you, man.
Love.
Killed it, bro.
Episode number 1.
Dope. Yeah.
Episode number 1, man.
Let's run it, baby.
Love.
Can't wait to see it.